Hey, welcome to another episode, and we just showed up in Swan Lake, New York to help a local contractor up here build a Pondless Waterfall. So what I was told about this project is that we're going to be helping a local CAC, which is a certified aquascape contractor from Kiamesha Ponds. His name is Mike. There is an old pond here, and we're going to be turning it into a Pondless Waterfall. So today our main goal is to start off by taking the old pond out, building a retaining wall with some of the rock, and then putting a Pondless Waterfall basin in the existing hole. That's Mike right over there, and Tom from Garden State Koi, and they're already on site discussing the plan of what we're going to do with this old pond. Tom is marking out the back retaining wall right now, and we're going to be utilizing that flat rock right over there to build a nice little wall to get the height we need for this waterfall. Right now we're building a small basin for a Pondless Waterfall. It's going to be 6 small blocks. We already marked out the area, and now we have to dig the edges down and make that flat. Right over there, that line that you see right there, that's our edge perimeter height of what the basin's top is going to be. And in the background over there right now, Alicio and Raphael is building a retaining wall with the rock that we had from inside that pond that we talked about before. And Mike over here, he's been bringing over some wheelbarrows for the guys. Hey Mike, hold on for 1 second. Let's just talk a little bit about your company.
We're based out of Kiamesha Lake, New York. We do ponds and waterfalls just like Garden State Koi, and we actually have another base of operations out of New Jersey, Lakewood, New Jersey. So Toms River, Jackson, Lakewood, that whole area, and up here. So this is Swan Lake, which is about 20 minutes from Kiamesha. So we're here with Garden State Koi, which we bring in sometimes on the larger projects.
Well, thanks for having us. We've been taking some of the stone wall from over there and utilizing it for the backside of this pondless. Once that wall goes in, we'll be able to take the fill from the distance over there. Ralphie started bringing a little bit of it over and utilizing that to build up a berm for the Pondless Waterfall. We're roughly going only about 24 inches tall, maybe a little taller than that, but there's not much elevation here. And to build a big high waterfall, it just wouldn't look natural. Our goal is to make it look like it's coming through the woods and disappearing here. So the back retaining wall is taking shape and they're almost out of rock, which is perfect because we're right at the height that we need to be. In that area there, we'll fill with soil, and that is gonna be the mound for the waterfall that's gonna be heading towards the dump truck over there. We also have this like dividing wall in the property that looks like an old farm wall. Well, right in front of the waterfall here, where Felipe and Mike are standing, we lowered the wall down a little bit for you have a better view of the waterfall. We're gonna cap off both of those areas with a nice mossy boulder, and then right over there, we're gonna have 2 steps coming up from the lawn. We'll also level that rock out over there by Felipe for a nice sitting stone. We drop the wall down about 1 foot, and that way when you look over here, you can really see that waterfall coming in here. The waterfall is only gonna be about 2 feet in height due to the flat grade here, but it's gonna look super natural as a nice babbling brook coming between those trees. It'll also fill the backyard up with plenty of sound and attract a lot of wildlife up here in Swan Lake, New York. Basin is in the ground. We're just cutting a couple aqua blocks to fit around that pump vault, and then we'll be able to backfill this with some sand. We got a nice pile of sand over here ready to go, and we also dumped a whole bunch of rocks out of the truck this morning, and they look awesome. One thing that's really cool about this pile of rock is I didn't pick them, Raphael did. And that's one of the important things when you're gonna go build a waterfall, to know what rocks you need to build a waterfall. And he got a great assortment, from beautiful rocks like this for the edge, to sharp rocks like that for the waterfall, to smaller cobble rock. And then we even got some bigger ones over here. So we have a great assortment ready for this project, and I'm sure it's gonna turn out awesome. So on this project here, we're using the smaller little Kubota, the KX018. It's a cool little excavator. Normally Enrique uses it on his team, but today we have it on the smaller waterfall. Enrique's actually on a larger pond. I can't wait to see what it turns out like. This little machine can lift a decent sized rock for in your backyard. You can see that boulder's probably almost 3 foot wide. We got a nice boulder here hanging from the strap. The machine only weighs 4,000 pounds, and one thing that's really cool is those tracks go in and out, so it can fit through a small gate. You can also remove the wings on the blade there for tighter spaces. This rock here is really cool, and it has a great texture to it. And what we were looking to do is kind of make it a slide where water can run over the face of it and look like it's been carving the rock out years and years and years and years ago. And then we started backfilling that waterfall with some soil. Raphael's up in the excavator. We got the second spillway stone. This waterfall is gonna have 4 drops as it reaches up to the top, varying in heights, and also a double split at the top with 2 spillways. Point right now where we're getting the plumbing hooked into the vault. Mike is working with Carlos here, and they're putting a patch on the liner. The patch is to keep the liner from twisting because they're gonna have a penetration through the liner where the bulkhead, which is the fitting that allows you to penetrate the liner and allow you to pass the hose through the liner. That's what they're doing right here, and that's gonna allow them to have a nice clean edge right here where the pump vault is. The pump will sit down in there, the plumbing will come up, go up top here, and split into 2 different spillways. We have the first drop completed here. The second drop is actually all the way over there. Then we have a dual split drop right here. Up top, the spillway boxes all come from 2 different locations. This boulder right here will be the boulder that will split the 2 waterfalls. The one with the blue level on it over there, that's 1 spillway. That is the smaller of the 2. So we're back at it. It's day 3 here, but really I would say it's day 1.5. Day 1 was kind of just a walk through the job site and get the basin in the ground. Yesterday we finished up by doing the front edge of the Pondless Basin here, doing that beautiful beach area. And we got that awesome boulder from in the woods. The moss was laying on it right, just like you see it there. We pulled it out and brought it in here, and it looks great. The guys are working on getting the plumbing in right now, going up to the waterfall, and we're gonna be setting 1 more boulder that's strapped up on that excavator over there. Carlos just dug a little area back. We'll fold back the liner, put that boulder in, and then get our plumbing running up to the top. We're gonna be running 1 2-inch line to the top and then splitting it between 2 spillways up above. Over to the left, we're gonna have a smaller 12-inch aquascape spillway, and to the right, we're gonna have a 22-inch aquascape spillway. They're gonna be powered by a 5PL pump that'll be sitting in the vault, which is located right there where that liner is. So we had some flat rocks laying around on the property here. We just grabbed these 2 and made a nice little stepping path up to that rock. We also leveled that rock right there to make it as a nice little bench to sit on to enjoy the waterfall. These other stones here we found in the ground as well, and we're gonna be laying them right here as a little stepping stone to the bench. But we have to put that bulkhead and patch on the liner right here and attach it to the 1.5-inch hose that'll allow the Pondless Basin to drain if it's overfilled or heavy rainstorms. We also need to run a 1/2-inch poly pipe from here all the way over there to the house. So they have an automatic fill valve that's afloat that when the pond basin goes too low, that'll kick on and fill up the basin. And they won't have to worry about topping off the waterfall with their garden hose. So we're in the midst of finishing up the edges on the waterfall here, tucking the final liner. We still got a little more soil to move. Mike is over there. He just got that poly line ran to the house for the autofill, threw some sand on top of it so we don't have any problems with the puncturing of the pipe, the poly pipe in the ground. We're just about to start finishing the rest of this up. It's about time to load the excavator, which is sitting over there in the corner. That's gonna go on the trailer and head to the next site while the guys finish up here in Swan Lake, New York. Another waterfall is born. I want to thank my teammate back there, Ralphie, and the rest of the guys here. We did an awesome job on this little Pondless waterfall, 2.5 days, some beautiful rock. Once this thing gets planted out, it's gonna look absolutely spectacular. I love how it just twists and turns down the hill. We got multiple drops in multiple different directions. And once Raphael over there gets finished hooking up those low voltage lights, this thing's gonna look spectacular in the evening time. If you like what you saw in today's video, remember, press that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. It means a lot to me and my team here at Garden State Koi. Tune in to next week for a new video. Thanks for watching.